Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com. Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com. Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest. On hot7025fm.com. Keep your radio.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Carice here from Hot 702.5 FM in Las Vegas. Get ready to experience basketball like never before. The historic National Pro-Am Championship Tournament, hosted by Delaware Sports Foundation and the HBCU Basketball Association, is taking center stage at the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, from April 25th through the 28th in 2024. It's more than just a tournament. It's a basketball extravaganza. Witness top-tier athletes, electrifying matchups, and slam dunk moments that will leave you breathless. Come see who will take home the trophy and first place prize of $100,000. But that's not all. We're shining a spotlight on small businesses. If you are a local business looking for exposure, seize this opportunity to be featured with our TV partners. Email candrews@thehbcuba.com hbcubba.com and A. Shaw at thehbcuba.com. And let your business shine alongside the thrilling basketball action. Save the dates and join us for an unforgettable experience. The National City Leads Pro-Am Championship, where the love for basketball meets the pulse of the city. Don't just hear about it, be a part of it. April 25th through the 28th, 2024 at the Doolittle Community Center. Visit hbcuba.com to get your tickets now and let the excitement begin.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California's sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale. What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
All right, welcome back. Hopefully you can all hear me this time. Sorry about that, but I'm happy to be back after a couple week break. It's been a lot going on, a lot that I have to take care of, but all in all, everything is turning out pretty well. Work, for instance, is going pretty well. I did have to take some days off last week from work, and I mean, it's a good thing that I'm in a good place right now. We're in a good place right now. So those days don't really affect me, although they mess with the birthday plans a little bit. I'll just work a little overtime after I take care of what's going on, whatever the issue is. I had to take some time off, and I went to the hospital. Shout out to, Javon. Shout out to him for taking me to the hospital last week. I had some issues at work, and he jumped right to it, so appreciate that. Also, I'm going to figure out what it is. I don't think it's nothing too major because they say everything needs to just be monitored. So, I'm pretty confident in that. And it's crazy how, just because, I have a very dark sense of humor. I got my little side joke, So for the past month or so, I've been trying to take care of myself more, like, be more on top of taking my vitamins and drinking more water, being a little more healthy. Healthier than I usually am in life, because normally I just like junk food, snacks, soda, juice, all of that good stuff, and whatever it may be. And it's like as soon as you sit here and try to take care of yourself, something happens. This is why I always eat bad, because something's gonna happen anyway. All right, I'm gonna stop being so dark about it. But all jokes aside, like I feel perfectly fine. Like everything's great. It's nothing to worry about. It's just some things I need to take care of and make sure I'm on top of it. Because sometimes I like to ignore the doctor. But I feel this may be something I shouldn't ignore now, because if I do, it may turn into something bigger later. And me, I got kids to live for, so I'm not about that life. So I'll definitely make sure I take care of it. Make sure I'll be on it. But yeah, other than that, man, everything is going great with work, especially at the casino at KISS. I'm loving it. Everything is cool. It's calm, collect. Same thing as always. Nothing new really. I actually know we let somebody go. No, let me not say that. What I would say is somebody lost a good opportunity at the workplace. They no longer seemed like they were interested in working with us. That's how it really was. But it is what it is. Okay. Alrighty. So here we go. Here we go. Perfect. All right. I just got into the topic of I wish my father a happy birthday, and I got into the topic of forgiveness because, like I stated, I have no ill will, no ill intent, no malicious, no nothing. Like I got no problems with my father. The jokes I make are the jokes I make from my personal experiences, but I've let everything go. So speaking of that, I'm going to get into forgiveness. I got an article from the Mayo Clinic. You know, I like to cite my sources, and then I'll give my opinions after we've gone over this. This one was titled "Forgiveness: Letting Go of Grudges and Bitterness." Oh, sorry. This was about 6 months ago. When someone you care about hurts you, you can hold on to anger and resentment, or embrace forgiveness and move forward. Right? Uh, who hasn't been hurt by the actions or words of another? Perhaps a parent constantly criticized you growing up. Let's see here. A colleague sabotaged your project, or your partner had an affair. Or maybe you had a traumatic experience, such as being physically or emotionally abused by someone close to you. These wounds can leave lasting feelings of resentment, bitterness, and anger, sometimes even hatred, which I'm sure some of y'all know very well. And that's why I say, like, when you let him go, it's for you. It's not for them. Like, whatever they got to deal with on their end, let them deal with it by themselves. But when you're forgiving someone, I feel like it's more so you can be, at peace about it and let it go and deal with what you have to. You can't really hold on to things you can't change. But if you hold on to that pain, you might be the one who pays most dearly. By embracing forgiveness, you also can embrace peace and hope. Consider how forgiveness can lead you down the path of physical, emotional, and spiritual well being. And when people talk about forgiveness, they always say, "What is it?" And this one kind of gives a brief description of what they feel forgiveness is. Forgiveness means different things to different people, but in general, it involves an intentional decision. Intentional decision. So you have to be willing to, right? An intentional decision to let go of resentment and anger. The act that hurt or offended you might always be with you, right? But working on forgiveness can lessen the act's grip on you. It can help free you from the control of the person who harmed you. Sometimes forgiveness might even lead to feelings of understanding, empathy, and compassion for the one who hurt you. Now, again, that's not telling you to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you fucked me over." That's not what it's saying. It's just telling you that you may come to a better understanding about the situation, right? After you let it go and you got a clear set of eyes to look at it. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing the harm done to you. Here we go. It also doesn't necessarily mean making up with the person who caused the harm. Forgiveness brings a kind of peace that allows you to focus on yourself and helps you go on with life. When people talk about what are the benefits of forgiveness, grudges and bitterness I don't really think it does anything but affect you internally, right? I mean, at least my personal experiences. It's only affected me personally. It hasn't really done anything to benefit me to hold on to those grudges. In the long run, you can get healthier relationships, better mental health, less anxiety, stress, and hostility, fewer symptoms of depression. That was a good one, actually. Lower blood pressure, because you all know how some of us can get. A stronger immune system, improved heart health, and improved self-esteem. You know, it's so easy to hold on to a grudge because when you hurt by someone, you're hurt by someone. Particularly someone you love and trust. It can cause anger, sadness, and confusion. But if you dwell on hurtful events or situations, grudges filled with resentment and hostility can take root. And if you allow negative feelings to crowd out positive feelings, you might find yourself swallowed up by bitterness or a sense of injustice. Some people are naturally more forgiving than others, but even if you tend to hold a grudge, almost anyone can learn to be more forgiving. So I I always say you want to set boundaries when you forgive someone, right? It's always good to forgive. I always say never forget. If someone tells you that they forgave and forgotten about it, I'd have a hard time believing it. I'm not saying it's possible. It's not possible. What I'm saying is I'd have a hard time believing it because and this is again a personal opinion, right? Um, I can forgive you all the time, but let's say here we go here. I let my friend Johnny down the street play with my drone, right? He was using it to record, make videos, but he broke my drone. Okay. So when he broke my drone, he didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want to give me money for it. I was just SOL. Okay. I'm done for. Maybe a month or two down the road, whatever the case may be, I'm going to forgive Johnny for breaking my drone, right? But now let's say I replace that drone and Johnny comes back over again. Now I have a boundary. You can no longer play with my drones because last time you did, you broke it and you didn't do anything to reimburse me or to make up for it. You didn't do anything to acknowledge the fact that you've done wrong to me, right? You just said, fuck it, or whatever it is, whatever it is. So now I have a new drone and you're not allowed to play with it because of what you've done to the last one, right? Same thing if somebody lets you borrow money. Okay, cool. If it was money, you know what? I'll forgive you for it. But now I know in the future, I'm not going to let you borrow any money. It's not because I don't have it or I don't want to. It's because last time I chose to do so, you actually didn't even come back on your end of the deal and pay me back like you should have. So what that told me was I should no longer let you borrow any money, right? That's how that looks. So I can always forgive you, but I don't have to forget what you have done to me. That's why I have a boundary set for you now, because that boundary, that line, it's impenetrable. You can no longer cross it. It doesn't matter all the making up and whatever you want to do for it. I have a boundary there for you now because when I didn't have one, you chose to freely walk across it like it was a toy. So you took advantage of it, and now I'm going to make you see what it means to actually have a boundary set. That's all that means. That's all it is. We can be cool, we can hang out, we can do whatever, but one thing is we're not going to do what you did that wrong. And if it's some things, again, okay, one thing I'll say, certain things are just unforgivable, right? I completely understand. Some things are just unforgivable. So you have to deal with that because it's a case by case scenario. And when I say you have to deal with the process of making the unforgivable forgivable. I know it sounds crazy. I know it's like, but it's unforgivable. It is if you want it to be. But if you want to hold on and fester to that and really let it eat you up like that, man, is that really worth it? Is it really worth being unforgivable to sit there and eat you up like that? It wouldn't be to me. I wouldn't approve of it. I wouldn't want to do that. So, I've been working on forgiveness and forgiving because I'm telling you, man, some things I thought I would never forgive people for. Now I'm like, you know what? You can have it. Yeah, you good. Hey, you know what? Be blessed. I wish you the best. Because it feels so much better to let it go and let them have it than to hold on to it and they still have it. Does that make sense? Like, why am I letting you hold on to a piece of me that hard, that deep? It shouldn't be happening. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be happening. So it makes me look at things so much differently when I say it's unforgivable. Hey, again, it's a case by case scenario, to each his own. Some things I may have not experienced yet for me to say it's still forgivable, even though I think it's, unforgivable can become forgivable. I may not have experienced it yet. I may have not have been in that situation yet. I may have not even crossed paths with someone in that situation yet. But, in my personal experiences, in my lifetime, my 31 years of living, what I've gone through, everything I've gone through and been through, I feel is forgivable. Everything someone has done to me, I can forgive them for it. But that does not mean I have to associate with these people still. I have to make up with these people and be friends and be colleagues. I don't have to rekindle the relationship because I forgave you, right? I don't have to. If I choose to, it's going to come with the boundary. Either way, the boundary's there. But as a friendship, it's going to come with the boundary that's going to make you uncomfortable. And eventually you may fade away. It's okay. It's all right. Because if you can't respect my boundaries, you're not a real friend anyway, right? Then again, I shouldn't really have to tell you not to cross certain boundaries if you know me as a friend. So you don't have to rekindle it. You can forgive and let go of them people. Don't have to see them again, talk to them again, nothing. And let it rest easy on your soul. You know what I mean? It's just the stress, the the nights, the thoughts, the thinking of it, the whole process of all of that, man, it's not worth it. You will beat yourself up. You will stress over every little thing about somebody because of what they've done to you when they at home sleeping like a baby. Sleeping like a baby. I tell you what, let karma do its job. Do you realize why when people try to do karma's job for it, they get done worse? Because it's not your job. You want to get karma so bad it's going to get you because it's saying you cannot do my job better than me. You can't. I've been doing this for years, centuries, forever, you know? And I'm telling you, and watch how easy it is. When you let things go, let it be at peace. It'll be so much easier to forgive these people for things that are keeping you up at night and they over there sleeping good with a backwood and a baby on the way. Whatever the case may be. I don't know. Speaking of that really quick, can I just take a moment to say, Vegas, I don't know what's going on with us right now. I really don't. But we are really wilding right now. We'll get into that later. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out here, man. It's just, oh my God, it's a lot. Anyway, some people ask, how do I move forward or how do I move toward a state of forgiveness, which is why I said sometimes I think the unforgivable can become forgivable. Forgiveness is a commitment to change. It takes practice to move forward forgiveness. To move toward forgiveness, you might recognize the value of forgiveness and how it can improve your life, right? Identify what needs healing and who do you want to forgive. Join a support group or see a counselor. Acknowledge your emotions about the harm done to you. Recognize how those emotions affect your behavior and work to release them. Now, choose to forgive the person who's offended you. Release the control and power that offending person and situation have had in your life. And it says, because, like we say, sometimes it's unforgivable. What happens if I can't forgive someone? Well, forgiveness can be hard, especially if the person who hurt you doesn't admit wrongdoing. If you find yourself stuck, practice empathy, right? Try seeing the situation from the other person's point of view. Ask yourself about the circumstances that may have led the other person to behave in such a way. Perhaps you would have reacted similarly if you were faced in the same situation. Even though we know some things, it's about the principle, right? Reflect on times when others have forgiven you. Write in a journal, pray or use guided meditation, or talk with the person you found to be wise and compassionate, such as a spiritual leader, a mental health provider, or an impartial loved one or friend. Be aware that forgiveness is a process. Even small hurts may need to be revisited and forgiven again and again. And you know why I say that? Because typically I always bring up the fact that anger is never your first emotion. It's always your second. Your first one is always one of three things. It's either hurt from the past, frustration of the present, or fear of the future. And what I like to say about that is, I'm bringing in one specifically to this one is hurt from the past. So if you come over to somebody and you just pinched them, but you barely just did anything, but they burst out into anger, they're subconsciously going back to when they got pinched a time and it hurt like hell. So now they're angry at you because you reminded them of what happened to them. And that's where the anger is coming from, right? That's where it's coming from. So I always say that you always have to think about your first emotion when it comes to something. Where is everything really coming from? Where are you really going to go with that? Now, if you go back and you revisit the fact that you were pinched like that, and you were like, okay, now I know that my trigger is being pinched, I'm going to act out this way. Let me revisit that so I can remember, okay, you know what, if it's not like that, I need to come to a calm sense of tone and explain that I don't like that to happen, right? Just revisit that pain to remember you or to remind yourself, hey, this is how I can control my triggers to it. I'm not telling you to be okay with being pinched. I'm just telling you to learn how to better react, because sometimes you want to be the calmer person. I always tell people, give people a chance to fuck around and find out. I'm not even going to be slick about this. I'm going to be completely brutal about it. Give people a chance to let you fuck them up. I know it sounds crazy and we're talking about forgiveness, but when I say that, it's in a way of, if you can sit down and calmly explain to somebody what they're doing to you, okay, and they're not understanding it and they're still constantly doing it after you expressed how it made you feel and why they should stop, and they're still not doing it, give them a chance to fuck around and find out. Simple as that. You can forgive them for whatever fallout y'all had and move on about your life, but you don't got to let nobody play with you. You can let them know exactly how you feel and move on and go on about your day. People are replaceable, especially when you have these sometimey friends, associates, I like to call them. And you gotta, and anybody in general, you know what I mean? Other than my kids, you know, and my wife, I can't seem to get rid of her. So you know, let me stop playing before I get into trouble. But in all fairness, though, you gotta remember that forgiveness is a choice, is a personal choice. Regardless of what's going on, when you forgive someone, it doesn't mean that you guys have to reunite. That's reunited and I feel so good. It does not have to be like that at all. I kid you not. If the hurtful event involves someone who's a relationship you value, forgiveness may lead to reconciliation, but that isn't always the case. So remember how I said we may be able to hang around again, but there's going to be a boundary that's going to make you uncomfortable. Reconciliation might be impossible if the offender has died or is unwilling to communicate with you. In other cases, reconciliation might not be appropriate. Still, forgiveness is possible, even if reconciliation isn't. See? So it doesn't matter if they don't want to change. It doesn't matter if they don't want to improve their lifestyle. At the end of the day, they either want to do them and call it a day. Now, one thing I'll say about this, because I want to talk about boundaries now. You can forgive them all you want. You can let them back in your life all you want. But if you let them cross that boundary without going off on them or making it a reminder that you're not having that shit, it's all on you when they do that. It's it's just one time. No, it's no time. Anytime they cross a boundary that they were cut off for or you fell out for, that boundary needs to be reinforced with steel, titanium, vibranium, whatever you can name with shit. Hey, you know what I mean? I know I'm being funny, but I'm kind of trying to be serious. Whatever's just any steel you can reinforce it with, you have it there. It's just about the principle at that point now. It doesn't matter how light the situation is. It's the principle now. Now, a boundary is a line that marks the limits of an area, right? Or a limit of a subject, a sphere, or of activity, right? So when you talk about a boundary, hold on, I have something for y'all today. You want to remember that a boundary is there for a reason. Right now, or let's talk about that Area 51 raid. Y'all remember that whole conversation about doing the Area 51 raid? They said that they were going to meet everybody. They had this whole Facebook group. It got so big, so many people were ready to go and do it, right? And the minute the government came out and said, we advise none of you to do that, because the minute you all do it, we will shoot and we will kill. We will shoot. We do not care. We are going to shoot. We are going to be violent. We are going to be the aggressors. If you cross these boundaries, that is what's going to happen. Do you think anybody cared to fuck around and find out? Because I don't hear nothing about a mass shooting, a massacre, nothing for it happening with the Area 51 raid or Area 51? Area 51. Sorry, there's a place here in town called Area 15, so I get them confused now that they got both of them. Area 51. Nobody did it though, right? They didn't want to fuck around and find out. That is how you set a boundary. You be firm. I'm not finna play with you. I'm not finna chill. I'm not finna play. I'm not finna call it a day. I'm not finna ignore you. As soon as you step foot over this line, that's your ass. You know what a boundary is? A boundary was Stanley about his motherfucking grass. He didn't care where he was at in the house. When he seen somebody on that grass, he came out and said, oh, can you get up off my grass, please? Get up off my lawn. He didn't play none of that shit. That was a boundary. It's easy for y'all to set these boundaries. Y'all choose not to do it, and that's what pisses me off. Y'all choose not to set boundaries, and then y'all get mad at people for the fact that you're allowing them to do something to you. That's nobody's fault but your own. Stand up for yourself and set that boundary. Stop letting people do you any kind of way. You know, stop being content with people crossing your boundaries. That's not cool. You can't get comfortable with the fact that somebody keep thinking it's okay to play with you. I'm just saying. I don't think it's okay to play with nobody. I try to treat everybody with respect because I want the same respect I give out to be given to me. So simple as that. Sometimes I can be a little brutal with the things I say, but because sometimes I think y'all need to hear it that way. Anyway, back to today's subject, boundaries. Each person must decide where they draw the line between preserving their privacy, at least from those with whom they are not intimate, and letting others in. To maintain those lines, they erect boundaries and work to preserve them. Not conflict with others. But in general, setting healthy boundaries can be a way of preserving one's mental health and well-being. Y'all think these boundaries are there because you want to keep people out? No, these boundaries are there so that way you can still stay a sane person while you're dealing with these people. You don't got to go crazy because they're crossing every single boundary. You don't know which one to set up first to start reinforcing. I used to get to a point where I used to be very passive and I would be scared of conflict or confrontation. And now, it's been to the point where it's like I realize that people have no problem being confrontational. And sometimes they need to be confronted to understand that I'm not the one to play with. Not even that, just to be a respect thing. Like there are certain things you just don't do or don't say out of respect. I don't care who you are. There are certain things I wouldn't say to my worst enemy, which I don't even think I have one. But if I do have a worst enemy out there are certain things I wouldn't even say to my worst enemy out of respect. Simple as that. Just out of respect. Some of y'all letting these people do and say whatever, and I don't get it. You know what I mean? And again, I used to be very passive aggressive, but I don't. It's some of y'all I'm seeing in these same consistent, stagnant situations with friends, relatives, loved ones, spouses, and it's the same thing, and none of it is changing. And it's just to me, it's like, yeah, teach his own, but I'm gonna put up boundaries and I'm gonna reinforce them. After a while, you have to learn to grow and set those boundaries and be firm. You can't be stagnant and comfortable where people keep thinking that they have you fucked up. I don't care how long they thought they had you fucked up. We change every 5 years. We grow every single day. I'm just saying, we grow every single day. So when you set boundaries, first of all, knowing that one wants and expects from the people in their life and what they'll accept from them, and then clearly, concisely, and calmly stating those ground rules. For many, though, this is harder than it seems. It's a little difficult. The most challenging boundaries, some boundaries are relatively easy to establish. Telling a child not to touch a parent's computer, for example, or asking a coworker not to leave their things on one's desk. Other ones can seem daunting, such as telling a parent they can't drop in to see a grandchild at any time, or asking a partner to respect their daily exercise time. Insisting that close friends or family members honor a boundary one knows they may not agree with this as a challenge, but to preserve one's balance and well-being, it's often essential. Okay? I talk about these boundaries and setting healthy boundaries because I believe that a lot of, again, and if you don't believe this yourself, that's on you. But I believe a lot of our problems are created by us. So I feel like a lot of the solutions are going to come from us. Does that mean we're not going to get help finding the solution from other people or mentors or friends or family? We may get help or we may get support finding the solution, but it comes from us. We have to be the solution to the problems we are creating. That's how I feel. A lot of us can't really be the solutions to the problems we're creating because we can't forgive certain people for holding on such a toll of us. They're holding on to a part of us that we need to forgive someone else so that we can forgive this person, so that we can forgive that person, so that we can get all of these pieces of us back to just be like, you know what? Whew, I feel like me again. I feel good. That's just how I feel, okay? Take it with a grain of salt, take it how you want, but that's how I feel from it. I'm huge on that. Even family can get cut off, right? Because respect is the biggest thing. You can forgive them all day long, but you do not have to associate with them. I have a family, I have 4 children, beautiful wife and 4 beautiful children. And honestly, I'm worried about the family I created, not the one I came from. No disrespect to them, no ill will, no ill intent. I wish the best for them. I wish them growth, positivity. I wish they become the best versions of themselves in life, wholeheartedly. But I'm more concerned with the ones I created because I'm raising them now. It's me and their mom job to actually, get behind the steering wheel and drive the car. So, we're doing what we got to do. We're doing a hell of a good job. We brand new parents. I mean, not brand new parents. Sorry, we're young parents, but we've been doing it for almost 8 years now, and I think we're doing a hell of a job. Again, shout out to us for always being there for the kids and making sure we make it happen. Regardless of any issues we've ever had with each other, the kids have never been involved in the middle. So I'm happy about that, and I'm glad to say that. Also, I wanted to. Our birthday is coming up. Since me and Junior share the same birthday, we're gonna do a pool party together. It's kind of like me handing off the torch, like me giving him the birthday for the first one, because I want this one, and after that, I'm good. I'll just attend the birthday parties, but it's more so all about him. I'm not really going to celebrate mine like that. The wife wants to put my name on the cake still, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to seem like I'm taking away my birthday from people, but I want to be more concerned about my son now. I just, I feel like he deserves to make it feel like it's his birthday, so it's pretty cool. But we're doing a pool party. We're doing a one-piece themed pool party. So if you know me, I'm going to be pretty cool. I don't know where my thing went. I'll have it somewhere over here, but it's on my desk somewhere. Oh, it's back there. There we go. A little to the boom, Gear 5, Luffy. But we're gonna do a one-piece themed pool party, and I think it's pretty cool to do a pool party for our birthday in June. It's in the summer, and it's pirate theme, which is the whole shindig. So again, I told everybody because I'm turning 32, he's turning 1, so all ages are welcome. But we do need a RSVP so that we can have a proper head count because again, we rented out a space. And we don't got that space, can't fit the whole Vegas. You know what I mean? So we need an actual head count to make sure we got everything ready and prepared. Well, most of the stuff we got ready and prepared, but we just need the people. Well, we need to know who's coming. Whether or not y'all RSVP, the family I know that's coming, we're gonna make it a hell of a party anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about it. But we'd always love for the little ones to come out. Again, Junior's 1, I'm 32, so family, friends, let me know RSVP. I think I put the flyer out on Facebook and Instagram, so otherwise hit me up. If y'all got my number and stuff, please call me or text me as well, because we can just resolve everything like that on RSVP you so I can get that set in stone. But again, it'll be Saturday, June 8th, which is our birthday, June 8th. I'm so happy it's on a Saturday. It's so perfect. Our first birthday together landed on a Saturday, so that's pretty cool. And Diamond is the host, so any other questions outside of, that you want to reach out to her. The address will be given out closer to the date of because, we want to make sure we have a proper head count. We want to know who's coming. We got it all together and we can get everybody there. Other than that, I will see y'all next week. It was nice talking to y'all again, man. Again, learn to forgive, but don't forget. And when I say don't forget, I mean set a boundary and don't let it eat you up anymore. Let it go and have your boundary and your wall sticking and strong. That way you ain't got to worry about nobody penetrating you, I know that sounded so dirty and I didn't mean it to, but you know what I meant. Other than that, man, I'll catch y'all next week. Don't forget to follow me on all the socials. You got me, Mark Quan Thomas on Facebook, as well as Quan Facebook, Joe Thomas. It looks like I'm finally going to get access back to, full access back to my Quan Facebook Joe and my actual Talk is Cheap pages on Facebook. So I'm finally at the final stages of verifications and all of that good stuff. I just hate that they take so long to email back. Anyway, also feel free to reach out on Instagram and Twitter, Juss Quanni, as well as TikTok, Juss Quanni 23, and that's the same thing on YouTube as well. I will definitely catch y'all again next week on the hottest radio station on the planet, Hot 702.5 FM. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.